Welcome back to episode 35 of rebuilding our vintage camper that we bought on Facebook Marketplace completely from scratch. And this week we are covering up this ugly seam on both sides of the camper with some trim. The trim we're using is called J-Rail, and it's something you'll see most vintage campers using to seal that seam. Now, because the J-Rail only comes in straight pieces and our camper has several curves on it, we had to manually bend each piece to fit the curves of the camper. Now, this was by far the hardest part because the J-Rail is strong enough to make it pretty difficult to bend, but also weak enough that if you bend it too hard, you'll break it or bend it in ways that render it useless. Once we had the J-Rail cut and bent to the correct size and shape, we put butyl tape on the back side of it and began screwing it to the frame. Kind of just like putty that you put on the back side of this. Screw it to the frame, and then we'll go in and clean all this up. So now we're going around the J-Rail and cleaning up all the butyl tape that squished out when we screwed it on. And just like that, the ugly seam is covered. We'll be installing the windows next week, so follow along.